In this video, I'm going to change this boring block from something that looks like this into this, just by using the decorative stitches on my machine, along with some embellishments and some thread. Hello and welcome to my channel. Every single Wednesday I upload a new video on how to use your sewing machine or simple sewing tips and tricks. I have these really dull and plain looking blocks. Like, they really are plain. Look at them here and here. So what can we do in order to jazz these up? Well, I'm going to show you on my Soprano. So I have quite a lot of decorative stitches on my machine. I'm not going to show you every single one, but I am going to give some food for thought and some inspiration. Another way that we can add some interest to our blocks is by adding some embellishments or by using some fancy threads. So what are we waiting for? Let's get sewing. I'm going to start with just a regular cream polyester, and I'm going to start with this stitch here, number 4, one of our decorative stitches. I'm just going to line this guide up in the centre, and I'm just going to start stitching in the ditch. As you can see, this is really quite easy to do. So as you can see, it's a real subtle look, but it's just adding just that little something extra to your block. Let's just pick it up a notch. Now I'm going to use this really pretty variegated thread. Variegated thread is where it just changes colour over time. Now I'm going to experiment with one of my satin decorative stitches right here. So I'm going to send this satin stitch right down the centre of my block, and the thread is going to change over time, and it's going to do this lovely like wave satin stitch. Now I'm not tugging on the fabric as it goes. I'm letting the machine do its job, as it's going to go from side to side, and I don't want to disrupt any of the pattern as it's working. You see how it looks coming out the back? It's just changing colour over time. Looks so pretty. So I'm going to complete this all to the very end, and I'll show you what it looks like after. Look how pretty this looks. So even if you have a boring plain fabric or plain blocks, you can jazz it up with some decorative thread. Don't ever be afraid of the holographic or metallic threads, my friends. Just make sure that you experiment with it before you do it in your end project, as some threads or some stitches don't like this particular thread and it may snap on you, so just experiment. Now I have done the hearts before using this thread, so I'm going to select the hearts and show you what this looks like using the holographic thread. Okay, I have my hearts all set up, and another trick to this thread is to make sure that you go a little bit slower, and that'll help you be a bit more successful with it. So I'm just going to start stitching the little hearts out of the holographic thread using this decorative stitch. So here I have my little row of sparkly purple hearts, and overall that's how this block is looking. So as you can see, you can really jazz up your blocks just by introducing decorative stitches and some decorative thread. So I'm going to take this one and let's really jazz it up. So I've lowered my feed dogs here, and I'm going to do a real basic meander. I've drop my feed dogs. I'm just going to do some simple free motion quilting, and you guys can do this too. It's really easy. So just pretend that you are following a river and you are winding that river round. I'm getting stuck slightly on some of my seams. I'm just going to go round and round. So here is the first bit, the variegated thread, and I've just done a simple meander around the centre here. It was a little bit bulky, I had some seams in it, that's why I was struggling just slightly, but it's a really easy way just to free motion something really quick. The outside of this flower with some gold ribbon, and I'm going to use the same variegated thread to attach the ribbon in place. So I'm just going to do a blanket stitch all the way around the petal. Now I'm just adding like these squiggly lines. I'm just adding anything, if I'm honest. Just jazz it up. And here we go, this is what the finished effect looks like. So just by playing with them decorative stitches, some fancy threads and some embellishments, you can make a boring block really look amazing. I really hope I've inspired you guys to use the decorative stitches on your machine. And as you could see, I was having a little bit of difficulty with some of that free motion work as well, but you just keep going. Like, who cares? Just keep going, keep practicing, and keep working on your skill. And that's how you get better. I would love to know what you're creating, so leave me a comment down below and let me know if you're going to use some of these decorative stitches on your machine or some embellishments. Have fun, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss seeing me next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!